That's right.
Okay, Matt Kenseth joins us. He is the driver of the number 17 Crown Royal Ford for Roush Fenway. Former NASCAR Sprint Cup Series champion. He's currently seated 11th as we begin the chase. And Matt, talk about your outlook for Sunday's race.
Well, I'll probably have a little better idea after tomorrow's practice, but really I thought we had a pretty good day today. In the race trim, we seem to be a little faster than we have been here. Our car seems to be a little better again than what it was last time, more like maybe what we had last weekend. So, I feel good about everybody's at the same spot right now, so got to see how qualifying goes and go from there.
Questions for Matt Kenseth? If you have one, raise your hand. Got Mike Embry, then Nate Ryan.
Matt, is there a track in the chase that particularly concerns you, Talladega or any other one that you're more concerned about than the other 9?
Not all of them, really. I mean, mostly I've been thinking about this weekend. We haven't had particularly great results here lately, so this is probably the one on the front of my mind. And I think you got to perform good every week, and certainly Talladega is probably the biggest wild card race, but this is the one that's really on the front of my mind right now. Hopefully get through here with a decent finish, and we probably have a little more confidence going to Dover than probably the rest of the racetracks, but you still gotta get it done every week.
Go ahead, Nate.
Nate Ryan, USA Today. Matt, you've got a new chassis, and there's a lot of other chase guys that have brought a new chassis to this race. Is that normal? Your other 5 times in the chase, did you always bring a new car to New Hampshire, or is there any worry or concern going to a race of this magnitude with a car you haven't raced before?
No. No to the worry part. I don't know. I don't recall whether we've ever had a brand new car here or not, to be honest with you. But Jimmy's, since he's been there, he's been trying to build some new cars the way he wanted to build them and try to improve them and make them better. And last weekend was our first week with one of those new cars, and it seemed to be better, even though we didn't get the finish we were hoping for. We performed at times during the race at Richmond much better than we have actually since I went to the COT car. There was one time we drove up in the top 5, which was better than we have been. So we feel like they're better cars. We have, I think, 4 of them built, and we're going to rotate all 4 of them throughout the chase and try to use them every week for the final 10 weeks, because we feel like they're a lot better than what we've had a couple months ago, and just trying to bring our best stuff.
So you built 4 just for the chase?
Well, it's just the timing that got done. Jimmy coming in, kind of late. I mean, I think if he would have been there in November, I don't know. We probably still would have had newer cars about this time of year. You're always trying to evolve and get the cars better, and we made some changes on the cars here a couple months ago, just small changes, but we think we've made them a little bit better. So we're just trying to get our best stuff, for the end of the year where it really counts.
Just real quick, why no worry? Just because it's done before and
well, I mean, if you look at our season, our last season and a half, I mean, we haven't won a race, so it's not like I have 1 or 2 cars that are my favorite cars that we come out and really run exceptional with. If that was the case, which we used to have some cars like that, back in the day that we were just real comfortable in, and they were real fast, and you always had good results. If we had cars like that, we'd maybe rethink that a little bit, but we really don't, honestly. I mean, we really don't have even one car that we like really a lot better than others. So Jimmy's worked real hard on these new cars here the last couple months, getting them in the wind tunnel, trying to make them, lighter and stronger, and just do all the things that we try to learn to make the cars better all the time. So we really feel like, even though they haven't been on the racetrack, that these are our best pieces that we have in the garage or in our shop.
Angelique, do you have one?
Yes,
Go ahead.
I do. Matt, what are the advantages to having teammates in the chase field? Are there any disadvantages? And if I could piggyback another question, is this the most competitive chase field?
For me, having 3 teammates, I don't think it really matters whether they're in the chase or not. I think that we work together exactly the same. I mean, once, being a teammate isn't really necessarily about Sundays. It's about the rest of the week. It's about today, comparing information and talking about our cars, talking about maybe how we're approaching the track or what this change felt like. All working together, get all our cars running as fast as we can. When we get belted in and start the engines on Sunday, it's every man for himself. I mean, it's 1 against 42. Certainly you realize who your teammates are out there, and you try not to do something dumb around them or hurt their chances or anything, but you race them really how you're going to race everybody else, and try to beat them guys, because you're racing them guys for positions on the track and for points and all that as well. So that's not really different. We'd share the same amount of information and put in as much effort into helping each other, whether we're all in a chase or there's only one of them in a chase or what have you. As far as the most competitive chase field, I mean, it's hard to say. You probably have a better idea here in a few weeks, but it's certainly a real talented field, and there's a lot of great teams in there. But I think each year with the rule changes and the procedural changes that NASCAR makes and everything, I think the field keeps getting more competitive and closer to the same speed every season.
Go ahead, Mike.
If somebody leads half the race Sunday, wins by a couple of seconds, just dominates the day, does that throw the rest of you guys in the chase into sort of a near panic? If somebody is clearly dominant Sunday with the first time out of the chute?
No, I mean 10 races is a lot of racing. I mean it's a lot of racing. I mean the championship isn't going to be won or lost here at New Hampshire, in my opinion. If your performance is good enough to be a legitimate contender throughout 10 weeks, 1 week I don't think is going to make or break you. So no, I don't think so. I mean I don't think anybody wants to be behind. I think all 12 guys want to be leading the points when they leave here, obviously. But I don't think one race is enough to panic.
Nate Ryan.
You mentioned Jimmy getting those cars built. Knowing that this is the third guy you've had in charge of the team, is it almost maybe a good thing that it sounds like maybe you're hitting your stride going into the chase with him a little bit? I mean, is it gelled? Is like the chemistry kind of peaking, I guess, at the right time for you guys? Or?
Well, I hope so. I mean, I've known Jimmy for a long time, and we've always got along good, and we worked together in the Nationwide Series, and I used to follow him around when he was Mark's crew chief before I was driving for Roush, but I was kind of working there sort of, and go with a lot of Mark's tests and ask Jimmy a million questions and bug him and all that stuff. So, I mean, we've known each other for a long time, and we get along fine, and I think our chemistry's fine, but Jimmy's one of them guys that never rests. He's always trying to figure out how to make the cars faster and better and all that, and that's one of the things I really like about him. That it's never good enough. You're always trying to make your stuff faster.
Other questions for Matt? Matt, thank you so much. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks, guys.